What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the channel. My name is Danny Burnett, and when it comes to food, if you can dream it, I can make it. I've been cooking for well over 30 years, and I'm here to show you guys a couple of tricks of the trade. We're going to start off today with just a great steak, all right? Now, we're not going to overcomplicate it. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're not going to do anything that requires any expensive equipment, all right? Just a great steak right here in your kitchen. So if you're ready to actually impress not only yourself, but possibly someone else, stick around and I'm going to show you how to do it. First things first, let's start off with selecting a good steak. Now, a couple key takeaways from this, guys. There's many different types of steaks out there. There's different types of cuts. There's different types of tenderness. There's different types of flavor. Today, we are just going with 3 amazing ribeye steak. Now, the key to selecting a good steak is marbling. Marbling is the striations of fat that run through your meat. The more marbling that you have in a steak, the better your steak's gonna taste. Ribeyes are known as the king of flavor for that reason. Step number 1, let's talk about the prep and the dry brining, okay? This is an essential step I'm gonna encourage you not to skip. Salt both sides of your steak generously, and ideally, this is like a spa day for your steak. The salt is going to draw the moisture in the steak. It's going to get sucked all back in. You want to do this for at least an hour, but ideally overnight for your best results. Now, a couple of other things to take into consideration. 1, guys and gals, buy the best steak that you can afford. You always want to start anything you're cooking with the best ingredients that you possibly can. If you get an okay steak and you know what you're doing and you can cook it to perfection, the best you're going to wind up with is an okay steak. If you get an exceptional steak and you mess it up, you're still going to wind up with a great steak. Now, you get an exceptional steak, you do it right, like I'm going to show you how to do, you're impressing people. But get the best steak that you can afford and take your time with it. All great things come with time, all right, guys? When you pull your steak out of the fridge, let it come to room temperature. You can cook a steak cold. You can cook a steak frozen if you want to. I've got mountains directly behind me, and you could jump off the top of one of those if you wanted to. Still does not make it a great idea. Let your steak warm up. Let it come to temp. Let it rest. Now, while that is happening, go ahead and roast some garlic. Get yourself a head of garlic, take a knife, cut the tops off of it, put it on some foil, drizzle it with some olive oil, some salt, and some pepper. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Stick it in there for about 45 minutes. This is going to come into play later on down the line when you're going to baste your steak. Funny thing is, 45 minutes is about the time that it's going to take for your steak to come to room temperature. When you're getting ready to cook your steak, a couple of things that I'm going to recommend that you have. First and foremost, a meat thermometer. I've got one here. We'll get into steak temperatures later, but you can do the thumb test if you know it. It's not as accurate. Have a meat thermometer so you can get that perfect temperature on your steak. Have some kosher salt. Have some pepper. Have that roasted garlic that you had that we made earlier, some rosemary, some thyme, and most importantly, some good butter. Real butter. Not margarine, not country crock, real butter. This is essential if you want to make a good steak. Let's talk about the oil that you're going to use while cooking your steak. It is crucial that as you're heating your pan, you want a high smoke point oil, folks. Canola oil, avocado oil, grape-seed oil. High smoke point means it can sear in higher temperatures. That is going to give you that perfect crust that you're looking for. If you try to sear this steak with a low smoke point oil, it's going to burn, it's going to go rancid, your steak is going to be bitter, and for all intensive purposes, it is going to taste like ass. Nobody wants to put that type of work into something and have it come out tasting like ass, especially if you're trying to impress somebody. Not a good look. When you're getting ready to cook your steak, get your pan hot. Now, your steak may have a little moisture on it from the dry brine still. Take a paper towel, Dry your steak off. You want these steaks as dry as possible before you drop them in the pan. Reseason your steak generously with salt. Salt only at this stage, guys, all right? When you're doing a high sear or a hot sear, you don't want to put pepper on there. You don't want to burn it. We're going to add the pepper later. Now, drop that steak into the pan. You should hear a nice sizzle. Go ahead and press on that steak. Press on it for about 15 seconds and then let it do its thing. Now, as you pick your steak up, you should see that golden, even crust. Go ahead and flip it over. We're going to drop our heat to medium low, guys. Now we're going to go ahead and add that rosemary, that thyme, and that roasted garlic that we did earlier, along with a couple tablespoons of butter. Now, as that butter melts, you're going to see it foam. You're going to see it. You're going to hear those herbs pop. That is flavor town. Take a big spoon, tilt your pan, and just go ahead and spoon that liquid gold right onto your steak. You're going to do this for about a minute or two till your steak really gets up to that temperature. Now, that being said, let's talk about steak temperatures. 125 is right about rare. 135 is about mid-rare. For a steak like this, guys, that is the perfect temperature. You do not buy a steak like this and eat it well done. When you've got that perfect temperature on your steak, guys, go ahead, pull it out and just finish it off. Let it rest with a little bit of that liquid gold that you've been using. Let it go for about as long as you cooked it, at least 5 to 10 minutes. Guys, this step is absolutely crucial. You cannot skip this step. There's studies and science out there that says not to do it, but to basically break it down for you guys, when you heat up molecules or water that's in your steak, you're going to turn it into steam. They're going to bounce around really fast. When you rest your steak, you give that meat a chance to relax and absorb all of those juices that you spent so long trying to get. Guys, for plating, in the words of my grandmother, sometimes simple is best. On with our gorgeous ribeye. Look at that. On with a little bit of the garlic that we made. Just a tad bit of rosemary. And for the finishing touch, a little bit of flaky salt. As you're cutting this apart, go ahead and take off the bone. Separate the cap from the ribeye. Take a couple of cuts right down the center, and oh my God, look at that cook. How beautiful is that, folks? That looks amazing. And now it's time to eat. All right, let's give this a try. Yes! Oh my God. That is amazing, everybody. The flavor, the cook, it's perfect. All right, everybody. Well, that is going to do it for this one. I hope that you learned something today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Guys and gals, I would really encourage you, give this one a go. Give this a try. I really think you're going to enjoy it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you didn't like it. And remember, y'all, go out there today, make somebody happy, bless somebody if you can with something you can make. I'll catch you guys on the next one.